Hi, thank you so much. So my name is Megan Adamczewski, and I'm the Midwest Government Affairs Manager for the Nurse Family Partnership. And I have a group of Midwest states in my portfolio, including Indiana, and I'm very partial to Indiana because that is where I am from originally. And so just today wanted to take some time to talk a little bit about the Nurse Family Partnership and what our work looks like nationally and in Indiana. So if I could start with the first slide. Perfect. So the Nurse Family Partnership is an evidence-based home visiting program, and what our model looks like is we pair a highly skilled nurse with a parent, typically a first-time parent around the 28th week of pregnancy, and that nurse will stay with the parent until their child turns 2. And that goal of that relationship is really to make sure that the maternal outcomes, health outcomes are good, that the child health outcomes are good, and that that parent, that family is well supported, especially if they may not have another source of support in their life. But what an NFP nurse is trained to do is kind of the things you might expect a nurse to do, you know, checking in on the new mom, making sure that she isn't having any pregnancy complications, isn't having any postpartum complications, isn't struggling with postpartum depression, is going to her health checkups, also making sure that the child is developing correctly and is healthy. But an NFP nurse is really doing so much more than just kind of those basic nursing tasks. What the NFP nurse is doing is making sure that the relationship between the parent and the child is strong and developing well, that they're learning positive parenting tactics, and that they're really bonding with the child. And the NFP nurse is also really trained to provide any kind of other support that the family may need. So if a new mom, a new family is struggling with employment or school, an NFP nurse is able to send them to the correct resources. If someone is struggling with intimate partner violence, an NFP nurse is able to connect them with the resources they may need. If they need nutrition assistance or mental health assistance, the NFP nurse is really there to do it all. And most of the times the mothers in our programs are living in poverty or on Medicaid and may not have another source of familial support. So the nurses are really there to be able to make sure that the pregnancy goes well, that the early stages of the child's life goes well, and that they're able to be successful and be healthy. If I can move to the next slide, please. So the Nurse Family Partnership is in almost every state and US territory, including Indiana. And in Indiana, our partners in the state operate the program. So we have a national service office, that's what I work for, but the ones on the ground doing the work, the really important organizations here in Indiana are these organizations that you see listed on the slide. So we have Goodwill of Central and Southern Indiana, IU Health Community Health, Healthier Moms and Babies, and Goodwill Industries of Michiana. And those 4 organizations are based throughout different parts of the state, and they run the teams that are partnering with members of the community. So they're really, really critical partners here. And I've included some information on the slide here so you can see a little bit more about what the Nurse Family Partnership has done thus far in Indiana. So first of all, a little bit about the moms we typically enroll. You can see typically they're on the younger side. We have a lot of teen moms in our program who really do need that extra bit of support. We have 76% who are unmarried at intake and may not have another source of familial support. 66% who are enrolled in Medicaid, and quite a few who are making less than or equal to $6,000 for their annual household income. We're also serving a racially and ethnically diverse group of individuals from throughout the state. What's really unique about the Nurse Family Partnership and why we believe this program is very valuable both in Indiana and nationally is because it's been rigorously studied, and there have been a lot of research studies dedicated to ensuring that the Nurse Family Partnership program is producing good outcomes for the mom and the family. And to see some of our outcomes in Indiana, since the program has started in the state, NFP babies are 89% born at term. 87% of mothers in the program are initiating breastfeeding, 91% are receiving all the immunizations they need by 24 months, and 59% of clients who are over the 18 were employed at 24 months. So this program has really been focused on trying to improve those outcomes in Indiana. And if I could go to the next slide. And it's a really, really exciting time for the Nurse Family Partnership in Indiana. Of all the states in the country, it may be the most exciting in Indiana because last year we received additional funding from the state to be able to expand our services statewide in every single county. And there's only a few states throughout the country where that's true. So it's very exciting to be able to see it here in Indiana. I've included a map here so you can see a little bit about what the expansion will look like, and I'll get back to that in just a minute. But a little bit of background about how the expansion came about. NFP was operating in Indiana and serving quite a few counties through these 4 network partners that I've listed here on the slide. But last year, the General Assembly approved $15 million for the NFP program to expand statewide. And additionally, the program receives federal money, some local money, and private dollars, but that state funding will be really critical for us to reach everybody in all the counties throughout the state. And what this expansion will mean is that we're going to be able to hire around 9 new 8 nurse home visitor teams. There'll be approximately 60.5 new nurse home visitors, 825 families served in new counties where there were not services before, 463 additional capacity in existing counties, 200 existing families served with more sustainable funding, so not relying on private funding that can dry up, and 200 additional multiparous families, which are families that have more than 1 child. So typically the Nurse Family Partnership only serves new parents, but this will allow us to serve some that have additional children as well. So one of the reasons I was so excited to talk to everybody today is to just say that if you are in one of these counties, well, it's certainly in one of these counties since they're all covered, you can take a look at which network partner will be covering your county. So you'll see Goodwill Michiana's area, Healthier Moms and Babies, Goodwill Central Southern Indiana, and IU Health. 2 notes about this map. Wabash County and Kosciuszko County are both split between 2 partners, so that's the only kind of change on this map. But as we expand statewide and try to make sure that we are touching all the families who need help throughout the state, if there is a program serving your area, if you'd like to reach out to us and get in contact about how you can maybe refer individuals to the Nurse Family Partnership program, learn more, or connect with some of our network partners who are doing really important work in the state, we'd be happy to direct you to the right resources and make sure that we are able to give you more information about the program. So then on the next slide, this is an email account that was sent to our full network relations team. And if you have any questions, you can go ahead and email this account and they'll get you connected with the right people. We have a couple different individuals on staff who are covering Indiana, both from the nursing side, the network side, the government affairs side, who can answer any questions that you might have. But thank you so much for letting me talk to you all today about the Nurse Family Partnership Program. We're really excited about all the work that we're going to be able to do in Indiana moving forward, and always happy to chat about the program or chat about how we can assist families in your communities. Thank you.